Well, every day is game day for Jim Harbaugh, even at Big Ten Media Days, who pulled out the sideline attire out of the closet for his trip to Chicago this week, telling reporters he packed light and brought a good attitude. Let's see what else he had to say.
It's a chance to put the college back in college football. And then there's other people that, they see that hype or, that adulation, and they go by it like it's a cone, an orange cone on the side of the road. The best thing was doing it as a group, because we pushed ourselves. We pushed ourselves to not take any breaks, to see as much as we could see, connect with as many people as we could possibly connect with. Residents in hospitals don't do sleep deprivation anymore. Pilots, have to sleep 10 hours, I think, before each flight. I mean, it's just everybody's doing it that way. I mean, there's no 2 days anymore, 2 days are gone. There are no more 2 days. We're unique in a lot of ways, college football.
And joining us now from Big Ten Media Days is the Michigan reporter for MLive.com, Nick Baumgardner. And Nick, first of all, you sat through the entire media session with Jim Harbaugh. What stood out to you?
Yeah, I think he's all business right now. It's funny. There was 14 coaches here this week. 13 of them wore suits and ties, and Harbaugh showed up in his coaching gear. So he's ready. He's ready for football. He talked quite a bit about the fact that Michigan kind of ended its season last year on a disappointing note, the 3 losses in the last 4 games. How he's hoping that will motivate them moving forward. Brand new team, a lot of new faces, but he's excited to get to work and excited to see what guys can do.
I know fans are curious about the quarterback position. Who do you think ultimately will be the starter against Florida, and why?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little more torn every day, I guess. I probably still default at Wilton Spate, the returning starter from last year, just based on experience, and he obviously had room to improve, and I think he's dedicated to doing just that. But Brandon Peters, the redshirt freshman from Indianapolis, is a special arm talent. He's a really, really sharp player. Still kind of quiet and tentative, and I think they're working on if he can get that part of his game down, this could get really interesting, and Peters could maybe push Spate. I think Peters probably has the higher ceiling, but right now Spate's probably more ready to be a starter in an environment like this.
All right, on the other side of the football, you look at the defense. A lot of places that need some replacements from last year's team. So where do you see the strengths and the weaknesses for this defensive unit this year?
Yeah, strengths are still the front seven. They do, especially the defensive line. They returned 4 guys who played a lot of snaps last year. Maurice Hurst, could be an All-American by the time it's all said and done. Rashawn Gary, has got All-American talent for sure, and I guess we'll see if he can get it done. Chase Winovich, Brian Monet's back. Mike McCrae's a solid linebacker who played a lot for him last year as an All-Big Ten guy. So the front seven's still pretty solid. Maybe not as deep as it was, but still solid. And your biggest weakness is your secondary, because you've got 4 jobs that are completely open. Especially those 2 cornerback spots. You lost so much talent back there. 3 draft picks really in the secondary. So an All-American corner, Jordan Lewis is gone. Channing Stribling's gone. Your 2 safeties are gone. So wide open. Michigan's pass defense has been rock solid the last few years. I think you'll see them maybe go through some more hiccups this year with an uncertain secondary.
Let me throw one more question at you about Harbaugh and the fan base. Do they feel like the trajectory of this program is on its way to a Big Ten title and ultimately on the right path to the college football playoff?
Yeah, I think they do, but I think it's also they're approaching this kind of unique time where, results have to start coming in now. They're going to have to kind of see it. They know that he's a great coach. They know he's recruiting at a great level, but, they're going to have to start beating Ohio State, start beating some of these teams on the road and push forward and do some things that they're not supposed to do, so to speak. So I think that, they still certainly totally back him and believe everything's going in the right direction. But I do think that there's starting to be, the itch of, they need to see some results. I think that's coming right now.
All right, Nick, great insight, and look forward to your coverage on MLive.com. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.